Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I hope you're doing amazing, you beautiful being. I want to tell you that you're a genius. You are special. You mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is the third eye. The third eye is something I wanted to take time and discuss, and quite frankly, it was kind of hard for me to wrap my head around it about this topic because, well, quite frankly, let me tell you, in my opinion, in my experience, what the third eye is. The third eye is everything. The third eye is simply the realization that there are physical things that I can see and there's non-physical. Why do I say the third eye is everything? Well, everything falls under either physical and not physical. And quickly, did you know that there's nothing actually physical? Everything just appears to be physical because it's moving so fast, light stops, and now I can definitely see a color without, otherwise thinking that there is not something that I can physically see. The light stops and boom, I can see color. So why do I say there's nothing actually physical? Well, I mean, it's a simple fact. Everything's energy. Everything is created of something. That's something in the most like small level that we commonly know. We can call it like atoms. So atom has a nucleus, which we can go further into, and the atom also has an energy field. There's electrons, there's protons, right? Well, I believe the protons are inside the nucleus, but the outside are electrons, and this is like super fast things that are moving around. And what does this all mean? That all the things appear pretty physical. Like I can't move, I can't pass my hand through this wall. Well, that's simply because the outside of most everything is negative. Because the charge, the outermost part of something, is an electron. That something is negative. So negative and negative, well, they always are going to not combine, right? They're going to retaliate. They're going to push each other apart, just like magnets. So, what is the third eye, and what do I care about the third eye? Well, let me tell you, if you haven't already found out, that in my journey, I only take what I need to know of everything. I don't need to, I've accepted, I don't want, like, to be a magician. Like, I don't want to read through walls and read through blindfold. I mean, sure, like, that's all fine and dandy, and there are people with the third eye that claim, well, I can do this because of my third eye. Look, if you want to learn how to do that, I don't know how to do that, okay? What I know how to do is create pleasantness, wellness internally, and express it externally. Like that's my passion, that's my art, that's this channel. But throughout living through the heart, which is a very um very loving, it takes passion, it's I believe the most conscious version of yourself is once you accept to infinitely live through your heart. Well, then other dimensions kind of whirl in. But let me tell you, the third eye is a simply notion of like you you can see non-physical things. Well, what would be that example? Well, have you ever had and be honest here, have you had a sober hallucination? I have them all the time. Quite frankly, I'm always striving to have more. Now, of course, I can consciously create them, but it's a lot more prettier. The geometry is a lot more pretty when it happens unconsciously, right? So, what is this? Well, what are your dreams? I mean, that comes because of your third eye. The third eye, to me, is a door. It's not a door. Don't think about a door because you're going to think you have to do something, which I'm going to get into that point here in a little bit. The third eye just allows you, your conscious, to see things that you commonly don't see when you are awake. Now, I touched on unconscious, sober hallucinations. I love these. I'm walking through the street and my energy sometimes it's when I relax. Actually, now that I live through the heart, and I have been for quite some time, as soon as I relax, boom, my senses wake up. I see just magic, synchronicity. I see these uniform patterns all around me all the time. Not all the time. I mean, granted, there are probably always happening, right? But what are you focused on? Well, chances are, like, I'm a busy person. I work 15 to 16 hours a day. I have a corporate job. I make videos, Excel, a whole bunch of things. So, but anytime I just relax, boom, my brain, just that little bit, this little pause, that's all it takes for my senses to wake up. And that is your third eye. Moving forward, there's a lot of information out there that says how to open your third eye. Everyone's like, how do you open it? Like, there's this music. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your third eye already exists, and it's not about how do you open it. It's not like it's not like a jar of pickles that you literally have to go over there and open. Because remember, you're constantly observing all these things, and chances are you've had, if you're an adult at least, you've had like numerous, if not daily, things that are like take your brain in a different way. As I'm saying, these geometric patterns that happen to myself all the time, right? Beautiful movement through the air. All of this is your third eye. You don't have to open your third eye because it already exists. Yeah, there's ways to make your unconscious hallucinations a lot better. What's one way? Well, live through your heart because you're happy. So the more happiness that's going on inside, the more pleasantness, and then your brain grows. There's sufficient medical and scientific evidence to show that only in pleasant states of being growth is possible. So whenever you're constantly nurturing, cultivating, and elevating emotion, your brain is going to operate differently. So we all know about like the channels, right? We have the electromagnetic spectrum. The human being, we can't see X-ray, we can't see ultravision. We can only see, like basically colors. Well, the third eye, we can think about it like this. It exists, it covers all of those things. So the third eye is omnipresent. The question is not how do you open it, is how much acceptance do you want with the non-physical world? That is the key that we have to ask ourselves when discussing the third eye. It's not about something that's outside of me, that I have to drink a potion or I have to listen to some type of music to open. No. You know what, a clear way that I love to discuss this is if you close your eyes right now and you look at what's in front of you, we like to call it darkness, but quite frankly, we can all admit, if we're adults here, that there's nothing dark about it, because darkness is the absence of light. But whenever we close our eyes, even if you're in 100% darkness, there is still some type of light, and there's movement, and it's beautiful, and it makes me just be like, whoa, that is so amazing. Those are the effects it has on me because I love myself. I understand I am a multidimensional being. I understand I am the illusion of physicalness, and I am 100% not physical at the same time. So taking these two, whenever I close my eyes, that's what I do. I like to close my eyes and just let my brain like show me this. I mean, you can't really, it's ineffable. You can't put words to what it is. Quite frankly, I call it's your third eye. It is understanding that you're seeing something that is bigger than everything, that encompasses the more dense reality, which is the things that are closer to what we understand physical things to be. The third eye is accepting that you're not physical. Do you use your imagination? The imagination is a derivative of the third eye, but we associate it just to the brain. But anything that we create or that we unconsciously are presented is the third eye. I mean, to me, thoughts come from the third eye. The third eye is everything. We can say the third eye built us. Third eye is everything that we are. And again, there's a whole bunch of other information out there. I'm not saying mine is the most correct. What I'm sharing here is what do I need to take away from this? What do I need Jesus Christ. What do I need to understand to have the best life? Because Dr. Joe Dispenza says, look, everyone has spiritual experiences. Life is a spiritual experience. But the difference is, can you integrate your spiritual experiences into your life? That's going to determine how successful you are. So in my past, I couldn't integrate this new life of your first awakening, becoming conscious that I can be conscious. I couldn't integrate that. Now I'm accepting, okay, this is cool, it's not happiness, and life isn't whistles and bells. It's not, parties, Project X. It's ineffable. It's quiet. Happiness in life is quiet. It's subtle. once you look at it in this way, the way that I'm gonna take some water because having accepted to look at life, the third eye, in this way, it's not so much like I need to grab something as much as it's inside of me. Of course, you can listen to music to declassify your pineal gland. You know, your pineal gland is always there. It actually, like, whenever you wake up, light hits your eyes, then serotonin starts being released. Serotonin is the daytime hormone. That signal, light, travels, it hits your pineal gland, and your pineal gland starts to create serotonin. So what happens at night? Well, we start creating melatonin. The level of light entering the brain, the pineal gland, is so low that it now knows, okay, I'm going to start creating melatonin. Well, what happens? Then we go to sleep. And then some of us, we get lucky and we have really good sleep and we have very big dreams. That's all because of your third eye. That's all because of the pineal gland. Ladies and gentlemen, the third eye is not some demonic energy. It's not something that, the government controls. It's not something that you need to even be vegan for. Again, the third eye is accepting non-physical life. And there are things like being vegan, like certain types of music that are going to, again, unconsciously force you to see things that aren't physical. That's all the third eye is. And the quest in life is, how much do you want to integrate non-physical dimensions into yourself? How do you do this? What am I saying? The more conscious you are, so thought, that's a non-physical thing. You're using the instrument that's your brain to create something that's not physical, and you send a signal. Third eye can, if you choose to, simply use your non-physical dimension to only create words inside your brain. That's your decision. But it don't say, oh, my third eye is closed, or oh, there is a force that keeps me poor, or keeps me limited, or not happy. You can use your internal system to create imaginations. The brain doesn't know if the situation if the body doesn't know the difference between your external reality and what you're creating by thought alone, in this case, imagination. So we have the athlete, the professional athlete, that can sit right here, imagine himself running the route that he knows how to do, and with EEG, the exact same parts of the brain fire up. What does this tell us? That we can hijack, we can be conscious and create the life we want, accepting to use our internal systems. And the best one is the heart, because through it, you can create an elevated emotion ahead of the actual experience, and you are observing your creation as you are experiencing it. I hope this video has kind of cleared up some blurred lines. Please leave in the comments what topics you'd like for me to cover in the future. Please leave in the comments what is your perspective, what is your take on the third eye. I'd love to know. And lastly, I ask that you share this video with your loved ones, with your family, with your mastermind group, and give it a big thumbs up and subscribe and share. I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.